We are going to continue our quest to become not only strong Hebrew readers, but also Hebrew translators. And our strategy is to identify verbs and identify nouns within the biblical verses, which we can then look up in a dictionary. And that process involves becoming familiar with the various prefixes and suffixes that we find at the beginnings and endings of verbs and nouns, which we can chop off from the beginnings and the ends of our word in the verse and have something left, have something remaining that we can look up in the dictionary. So tonight we're going to focus on nouns instead of verbs, just to have a little bit of a change of pace and begin to get a feel for the same process with respect to nouns. But let's first take a look at the verse. Let's first take a look at the verse. And by the way, I came up with a new image related to the verse. This is the nursing cows that have been harnessed to a wagon which bears the Ark of the Covenant and also bears a chest containing some additional offerings. The Philistines are returning the Ark along with some additional offerings to the Jews after having suffered horrible plague for the better part of 8 months. It finally dawned on them that maybe they better send the Ark back to the Jews. And it's quite an accurate rendition. The detail of the Ark is great, with the kruvim, the cherubs on the top of the Ark. And also we have the chest, which contains the additional gifts of the golden mice and the golden tumors. And then even the police scheme, the Philistines that are trailing the Ark, are accurate with respect to the number of them. These are the lords, the Sarne Plishtim, the lords of the Philistines. Should be 5 in number, representing the 5 major cities of the Philistine territory at that time. But our goal is to take a look at some nouns. And the noun that we looked at yesterday is contained in this word here. Our job is to understand which part of this word is prefix, if there's any suffix, and then to take what's remaining after we knock off prefix and suffix and look up what's remaining in a dictionary. Does anybody remember from yesterday which letter might be a prefix, for example? Does anybody recall?
The ha is the prefix there.
Well done. Well done. The ha, the hey kamats, is the subject of our discussion tonight. Let's take a look at the hey kamats. The hey kamats as a prefix at the beginning of the word ha means the. In grammar, we call it a definite article. So when you see ha at the beginning of a word, there's a good chance that a noun is going to follow, and that you can knock that ha off, and you may be able to take the rest of the word and look it up in a dictionary. So yesterday we looked up ha-agala. Does anybody recall? I'm not actually remembering whether we looked it up in the first class or the second class. Does anybody recall the meaning of agala? So agala, it turns out, means wagon. So agala is the wagon that the cows are drawing. So we can look up agala. Now I should have unglued the other ones, but does, Gideon, do you see the other two words where we have a hey kamats or a hey patach at the beginning where there might be a noun that we can look up?
Yes. The last word of the second line.
Do you want to pronounce? Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ha'argaz.
Great. And what would be the
Then-
word that we would look up?
The argaz.
Well done. We're going to look up argaz.
Yeah.
And do you see any other opportunities?
Yeah. In the third line, second last word.
Right. You want to recite it and give us the bit we'll look up in the dictionary.
Yeah. So the word is pronounced as a have.
Hazahav.
Yeah.
And what bit will we look up in the dictionary?
Zahav.
Well done. So my method has been to make the prefixes and suffixes blue and the roots of verbal roots I'm making red, and let's make our nouns green, a nice dark green. So these are going to be the three words that we look up, Johanna. And in a moment, I'll stop sharing and I'll let you lead us in looking up these words. And you're free to describe the process from Googling all the way to finding the words. Let me just make these green and then I'll stop sharing. Are you ready to pick it up from here, Johanna?
Yeah, I can open. I just hope that I remember the words.
Okay.
But let's see. I will share the screen now.
Okay.
I hope it is shared now. So here we are in the Google and Line Dictionary, Sefaria.
Right. Right.
We click on the first option here. Wait it to open and go to the search bar. And then we have to change the keyboard into Hebrew. And what's the first word? It was like
Agala.
it
Ayin.
was
Ayin Gimel Lamed He.
okay. So let's see. Ain, Gimel, and Lamed, and He. And it's these options here. And because it was like Agala, I think it should be that we pick the first option here. Because
Nice.
the second one is Egla.
Right.
So Agala, as we see here, it means chariot, cart, or carriage. And it seems that it derived from Ein Gimel Lamed, to be round. Agal.
And
And
we
also the round of the wheels.
right. And then we're given some Aramaic. The Agalta is the Aramaic, and the Syriac is also Agalta. And it even gives us some ancient Egyptian word Agarata.
Mm-hmm.
But this idea of Ayin Gimel Lamed, the Agal, something round, Agal, is very typical Hebrew etymology, Hebrew word derivation. That you have an essential part of the carriage is the wheel, which is round, and that quality of roundness is picked up and becomes the word for the whole wagon. Becomes this agala, this thing of round wheels, you know. So it's a common way that words are derived in Hebrew, and we'll see this all the time. Let's try another one. I think the
Okay.
next one was Argaz, but this time it's with an aleph, Argaz.
R and Resh
Mhm.
and Gimel. And was it at the ending? It was
Zion, a Zion.
Zion. Argaz. And that would be the first one. And it seems it means box or chest.
Right. And then again, we have cognate languages where the word is very similar. And we have this interesting phenomenon of rigaz or rigazta and the Arabic rijaza. And it gives us this idea from rigaz of something that sways. So you might imagine in the ancient times, the wallet wasn't necessarily something that we had in our pocket, but it was probably something that was hanging from your donkey and it was swaying back and forth. So this is probably what was going on, is that you had this container that was swaying back and forth on your donkey or your camel. If you had a little more money, maybe you had a camel. And
yeah, and if you think of the money, it was like those coins, like
Yeah,
heavy ones.
right,
Like
and
it was like small money we have nowadays. It was like you didn't have those banks and stuff. You were taking those things around with you.
right. So again, we have this, you know, this ancient experience of something physical, like the round wheel or a heavy bag of ancient coins that's swaying and becomes the word, becomes argaz, becomes this box or chest that contains stuff. Let's take one more. The last one was zahav.
Okay, I
And
remember
yeah,
myself.
whoops, this happens. It can be a little bit
Yeah.
finicky.
Yeah, two big thumbs and fingers. Okay, the last one was
Zahav.
it started with
A
Zion or
Zion, yeah.
Za. What was the next letter?
Hey.
And
Elder Joseph, I think if you would mute your audio, it might reduce a bit of distortion that we're getting.
so it was Bob.
Right.
Or
It would be a vet. A vet.
Vet.
Zion Hay vet. Yeah.
And Zahab, it would be directly this one here, which shows under the searched word.
Right.
But there is also an option where you can just put these letters and see what comes out. Which option should I choose in this case? Should I choose the one with the unvowel letters?
I would recommend the one with vowels.
Okay, so Zahab,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gold.
Right. And our key Swahili speakers will be interested in the Arabic cognate, which is very close to one of the words we are familiar with in Kiswahili for gold, the dahabu.
Dhahabu, not dahabu.
Oh, dahabu.
Yeah,
Dhahabu.
yeah.
So this is the process we go through tonight with nouns, and we've been doing quite a bit of work with verbs, which is a little bit more complicated for a variety of reasons. We don't have to worry about conjugation of nouns. But we do have with nouns possession. And possession is found in the suffixes, and we're going to learn in future classes some of these suffixes so that we can likewise recognize from a particular suffix that we're dealing with a noun, and likewise chop off that suffix, chop off prefixes, and be left with something that we can look up in a dictionary. But very helpful, Johanna. Awesome that you can share. And this is a skill that everybody should aspire to, is looking up the words in this Klein dictionary. Please let me know if you're having any issues. One of the challenges may be figuring out how to get your keyboard into Hebrew. So that will be something that I struggled with a little bit and finally got it. But let me know how that process is going for you. Okay, thanks. If you would unshare now, Johanna, we'll go back to the verse and we'll all take a turn reading through some of the verses, and then we can wish each other a good night. So let's go back to the verse now, and I will share. And Johanna, why don't you take the first turn, since you did so much good service? You get to go first with your reading.
Okay, so
And I can make this bigger now since we're not going to do any more editing.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So this first, now I was zooming at the same time.
Right.
Now it should be okay. So Vayashimu et Aaron Adonai el Ha'agala et God's
Let's try that one once more.
Ha'argas.
Nice.
Ha'argas.
Very nice.
Quite challenging word. Then ve'et achterei hazahav ve'et salmei techoreihem.
Very nice. And they put the Ark of God into the wagon, and the chest, the argas, and the gold mice, which are achbere zahav. So there we have achbere hazahav, the gold mice, and the images of tumors. Subi, could you give us a few lines of Yud Bet?
Okay. Vayishal nach Chaparon.
Careful with that last letter.
Chaparot
Nice.
Bade Redach
Once more, ba de.
Bade
Nice.
Reda.
I heard something at the end after you said derech. I'm not sure what that.
Badere
That's it. Good. Baderech. Very nice. Continue.
El
Al.
de Al de Re Beint
Good.
Shemach
Careful with that
Okay.
second vowel.
Shemesh
There you go. And there's a rule that we all need to learn. When you have two segals in a row, you
Okay.
accent the first syllable, shemesh.
shemesh,
Nice, very nice. One more line.
bit milach,
So these two letters are typical letters that we confuse. Let's make sure we get these correct. Which letter is this?
it's a tet,
No, it's the
a
mem.
mem, it's a
Right.
mem. Sorry.
We'll do some speed trials in the next class against mems versus tets to get some strength there. And how about the second letter?
Semech,
Samech, well done. So let's try this once more. Bim,
bim tselach,
good. Bim sila. One more line.
achat
Nice.
halko, alho,
Halchu.
haloche,
So let me make sure we're together on this chaf. When there are two dots in there, you don't pronounce any vowel. You just end with the haloch. You just finish with the,
haloch,
there you go.
vegai, vegar,
And then we finish with the cholam sound. Viga-o.
vegao.
Nice. Let me point out the challenge with this word is that the ayin is silent, but it still
Oh.
counts as a consonant. So we understand Hebrew is consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowels. And Subi got it right. This is a vowel, the cholam. So vi, ga, o. Very nice. Let me figure out who else should take a turn. Sean, would you like to take a turn at the verse?
Yeah, I'm starting. Yeah.
I think we're on the third line, 1, 2, 3, with achat.
Yeah. Achat, halku,
Make a chat, halchu.
halku,
Good,
haloch,
nice.
vagao.
Right, vigao.
It's vav, right? Vav?
Vav plus a shvav vit, so it's vigao.
Yeah. Vagao.
Nice. Continue, very nice.
Valo saru yamin usmo no again.
Yes, you got it. This one is a little bit irregular
Okay.
because we have no idea what to do with this vav.
Usmo.
So you basically let that vav be silent and you had it just right, usmol.
Okay. Usmol, is it?
Right.
Yeah.
Very nice. One more line.
Vasarne. Philistine. Holkim. Holkim.
So very nice reading. Awesome. I note that you're making a chaf with when there's no dot. It should be a chaf,
Okay. Yeah.
not a kaf. Right. Very nice. Well done.
Thanks.
Let me give one more opportunity. Subi, could you read the very last two lines for us?
2 lines, starting
Yeah.
with
With the
Vesach,
right, Visar name.
Vesar, Vesarne, Felishtim,
Nice.
Hol, him,
Well done.
him, Ahal aha Aharehem
Beautiful.
ad Gevol.
Careful with
Be-
your cholams and your shoe hooks.
Okay.
Givul.
Givol Beit Shamesh.
Beautiful. I'll read through. Vayisharna haparot baderech. And the cows went straight on the way. Aderech Beit Shemesh. Onto the path going to Beit Shemesh. Bimsila achat. They stayed on one road. Halchu v'haloch. Walking continuously. Vigao. And lowing and mooing as they went. So it sounds like they were pretty happy cows. The low saru yaminu small, and they didn't turn to the right or the left. The sarne flishtim holchim acharehem. And the flishtim, these lords of the flishtim, these 5 guys back here, were trailing the ark to make sure that it was really going on its own steam in the direction of Beit Shemesh. Ad Gavul Beit Shemesh. So the lords of the Flishtim trailed the ark all the way to the border of Beit Shemesh, where the Jews would receive the ark. Very nice, guys.